Top of the morning to you. Are you in your box? Well, I hate to tell you that. You probably are. Just got back home from sledding with the kiddos this morning, having a little bit of fun, looking at their box and where they're at. That's one of the funnest things about parenting, is looking at our children's boxes and kind of processing and thinking through that. More important than that is looking at our boxes. We are in a box. We're contained in a box. And on the bottom are like the rules of nature or the laws of nature. On the one side is our beliefs. On the top side is our rules, the rules that we have made up for life. And on the right side is the stories that we create or that we've experienced or that we rehearse or hold in our mind. And that little box makes up our box. We're contained and bound by the stories, the beliefs, the rules, and the laws, and that creates this box. And if you're in this box with stress and anxiety, you're going to keep having stress and anxiety. If you're in this box with abundance, you're going to keep having abundance. If you're in this box with frustration and disappointment, you're going to stay in frustration and disappointment. If you're in this box with a low income and struggling to get by and a scarcity mindset, you're going to stay in this box with a scarcity mindset. Only through getting out of this box can you make something different. In order to change, you have to change. It sounds kind of funny, but it's really true. In order to change, you have to change. One of the best ways to change, one of the best ways to grow, one of the best ways to break this box into pieces is to connect with a coach. Coaches are designed and trained to ask the questions that help you look at the beliefs, the stories, the rules, and the laws and question them. They're yours. You created them. One of the favorite things my pastor says often is, you don't get your truth. These beliefs, these stories, these rules, and these laws are your experience. They may seem true. They may be true to you, but you don't get truth. There's only one truth. Look at science over the years. There was lots of true things. For instance, nurses wouldn't wash their hands. It was true that that wasn't a problem. And then, more true, they discovered that washing hands made a huge difference in the recovery rates for the people that went through surgery. So that box of thinking shifted. And we learn more and more and more and more every year about science and technology, and what's true today may not be true tomorrow, but the underlying law, the underlying truth, that's God's truth, and that's it. In order to look at what we see as true, to look at this box from an outside perspective, we can do it on our own. But why would we do that? God put us in this world to be connected, to connect with other people, and to invite them to speak into our lives and give us clarity, to give us a new paradigm shift, a new way to look at things. And as soon as you do that, you can be like, oh, I'm going to start breaking down this wall. I'm going to start breaking down this wall and this ceiling. And now I've got a new box. And maybe it's lopsided, or maybe it's square, but we're changing the box, the rules, the laws, the beliefs, and the stories. And these are all created by our conditioning, what happened in the past, and put us where we are today. So if you're happy where you are today, I challenge you to break that box, to become bigger, contribute more, give more, thrive more, prosper, and bless others. If you're not happy in that box, I challenge you to start breaking that box. Get a coach, get a mentor, get someone from church. Have a conversation with me about what it looks like to break your box, what it looks like to take what you see as true and move closer to the truth. One of the greatest things coaches have done for me is say, is that true? And help me discover for myself what the real truth is. So DM me, message me if you want to talk about that, or go to brian.chat and book a time and we can just touch the surface. Free call to explore your truth, explore where you are in life. And if working with my business is a benefit to you, that may be part of that conversation. Anyway, happy Saturday, and you be blessed.